Hello there.
How you doing?
I'm quite grieved with the fact that babies are being murdered here, sir.
What's that?
I'm grieved with the fact that babies are being murdered here.
So you just out here trying to talk to some people, or what's...
I'm exposing it. I'm exposing the evil deeds and calling out to people and letting them know what's occurring here and talking to those who stop and talk.
Okay. And that's perfectly fine to talk to people and do that. Just you can't be yelling at people or telling them to not wanting them to go inside, things like that at them. That's disorderly in public. Okay, and that they're saying that you've been yelling at some people and saying some stuff.
I'm calling out, sir.
Okay.
And I do have the freedom to tell people to flee. I do have the freedom to do that.
Yeah, but you are in a public place, and if people are disturbed and you're acting disorderly, then that's not legal.
The truth disturbs people.
I understand.
Sir.
And it's okay to have some signs and stuff. You just can't be yelling at people.
I'm not yelling, but I can talk. I do have the freedom to talk.
But if they tell you to leave them alone or don't talk to them, you have to stop. You can't continue to go after them and make contact with them. Okay. You have an ID or anything on you? No, you don't. So let me get your name.
I don't care to give my name.
Okay. No name? You want to talk to me about it?
What do I need to talk to you about? I listened. You came out. I listened.
I
So
appreciate that.
I don't know what I need to talk about.
I don't know. Nothing illegal is going on right now with what you're doing, but if it does continue and the hospital continues to complain and we got people calling in saying that you're harassing them, then...
Okay, but there's a definition for harassment, and I'd be glad to pull my dictionary out, and we could go over that. Because we've already...
aware of the law and harassment, how that works.
As am I, and we've already had police called out for false claims that have been made, and I have on tape officers such as yourself assuring me that they have the same, what was called harassment. The officer himself said they have the same right to do what you're doing. You can talk to them and they can talk to you. And that either one could call that harassment. I had a man here heckling me, a man standing right in front of you all saying that he was here to harass me, his words. And the officer themselves said, oh, he has that First Amendment right to stand here and say whatever he wants. And he even used the word harassment. And I even said to the officer that I did feel harassed, and he said that was his right.
Okay.
So.
Well, as long as you're not approaching people and, like you said, going further than just talking, and if they tell you to leave them alone, you just have to leave them alone and things like that. Okay. Do you have any questions for me?
Who you said the hospital called? The hospital being over there?
The Women's Center, I guess.
You're saying Women's Healthcare of Western Colorado called. Good. I'm glad people are saying things and the word's getting in there and they're being disturbed.
As far as I can see, everything's on the sidewalk public, to stay off private property and whatnot, right? So.
Yep, it's my spot.
Okay. Alright, well, let them know we talked to you, and like I said, hopefully we don't get any more calls.
Well, if you do, you do. I mean, that's what they can do. They can call and complain.
Yeah.
But the issue is babies are being murdered here, and that should be more upsetting than the fact that I'm standing here. And that's what's grievous, truly grievous.
I mean, you have the right to that opinion. Other people have the right to disagree with you. That's not why we're here.
But it is in a way. Because they're disagreeing with what I'm saying, right? That's what, if I was standing out here saying something that supported what they're doing, I don't think they'd be calling you all to say that I'm out here harassing people.
Well, if they have people walking in saying that you're harassing them, I don't think it matters what you're talking to them about.
Interesting. It doesn't quite make sense.
It is a controversial topic. You're going to encounter
it's sin,
people.
yes, it's sin, and the Lord says in His Word that it will upset people.
Not everybody believes that. I'm not saying I disagree with you at all, but not everybody does agree.
Oh, I know, and I expect that it's going to upset people greatly. It ought to. But this isn't.
So the reason we're here isn't because of that. It's to make sure that your behavior isn't harassing or disorderly. And as long as it's not, then you have the right to be doing what you're doing.
I'm sure all these people that come in here aren't necessarily coming in for treatment and things going on.
Yes, and that is also part of the problem, though. And that's also part of the issue. I don't know who's going in here to murder their unborn, and I wouldn't know unless they told me and the issue is that they're continuing to support a practice that does it. And that other people are walking into a building where it's happening and ignoring it. So it's exposing it. This is where it's occurring. This is where I'll expose it.
Okay. Alright. Not much else we can say to you at this point if you don't have any questions for us, and we'll talk to them, and like I said, I don't see anything else going on, so alright.
Alright.
Thanks. Yeah, anything else?
Nope. I agree. I don't think there's anything criminal happening. So, as far as your behavior and talking to people.
Basically, just be careful about how far you go with it. You know, like since we've been here, I've not seen anything, but the call said you were kind of yelling at people and following people and things like that. So that's going to borderline into the whole harassment thing. But you're on the sidewalk right now, and you can talk and say what you need to say, but just be aware when you start following people and they tell you leave me alone or something, you continue to pursue them and follow them.
No one has told me to leave them alone today.
I'm not saying they have, just letting you know.
I'm just following that up because you keep repeating that, so it sounds to me like that's what was claimed against me. So, nope.
All right.
And that, okay. I'm trying not to hit you with this.
Yeah, you're good. All right.
Let's try. Babies are being murdered here, folks.